Hi there, it's Danny here from Little Gems in Cromer, and I've come down to Haysborough today to talk a little bit about a project which has been I'm really excited about, and we're glad to be a business ambassador involved in, which has been coming along for, well, I would say many years, because in the 20 years we've had our shop Little Gems in Cromer, this idea has been mooted and talked about, but this is finally out, which is the Deep History Coast, and there's an app which is involved, which is really important, I think, because it starts to encourage especially younger people to, it'll hook them on in terms of it's got the digital content, but it's also going to start to involve people getting out, taking on a hobby which takes them outside, appreciates hopefully nature, and starts to kind of make us really think about our surroundings, the environment, and the real depth of history that we've got along here on the Norfolk coast. So I've come to Cromer today, which is one of the most, in fact the most heavily eroded coastline in Europe. It's not the first time that this piece of coastline has been invaded by the sea. Well, if we actually go out to the coastline, has been constantly in retreat. So this coast has been dubbed the name Deep History Coast. The land which actually used to stand out there, out to sea, was eventually given the name Doggerland from Dogger Bank. This land was buried by the sea some 8 to 10,000, well, 8 to 9,000 years ago roughly, after the ice caps started to melt, after the warming, after the last ice age. So I know the planet obviously is starting to get in real dire straits in terms of global warming now, but warming of course has existed periodically, but the important bit usually goes back to normal again, usually goes back to a lower temperature. But in this instance, the ice age was ending, and we've got this period afterwards where the sea levels rose, and it rose actually in two stages. The first stage of the sea level brought this area to a very swampy environment. The next, which had some islands, the next time of warming, or invasion of the sea rather than warming, sorry, was possibly, it's believed there may have been a tsunami which came down after a landslide in Norway, which finally engulfed this stretch of land which linked us to Europe in the past. So I was mentioning the Deep History and the Deep History app. The app should be launched now in 2019. I've just come back from a meeting with Norfolk District Council about it. The app, in fact, should be live on Google very shortly, and by the time you hopefully watch this, will also be out on Apple. So the app's designed to actually work on the logos, which are information points, which are set along the coast from Cart Gap through to, I think, Sheringham is the furthest north, and there's something very similar to this, logos on the information points, which actually set out virtual reality videos which show you a little bit of information about this area and about the history which led up to this coastline being forged. Haysborough and Cart Gap, which is where I'm at now, although I'm usually in Cromer at our crystal and fossil shop, is actually a really important area, especially for Neolithic finds. Of late, since the beasts from the east eroded a lot of deposits in this area, It's also been really quite proliferous in terms of mammoth bone and teeth molars. So previous to that, it's very famous for the oldest hand axe to be found, Neolithic hand axe, so which actually dates back British history a lot further back than we thought previously. It's also lovely image is the footprints which were found here in the deposits of glacial clays, the prehistoric footprints of man. So those are some of the oldest footprints again in Europe to have turned up. So I'm going to leave you for now, and excited to get so many people engaged in geology. So look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye.